Hey there, it is Saturday, June 10th, and it is time for our weekly daily word games, where we play daily word games on a weekly basis. I don't know, it makes sense. It sounds weird, but it makes sense. I actually play daily word games every day, but I play different games on Saturday in addition to my usual ones. So if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a new subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know my subscriber list has been expanding, which is very nice. So if you're here as a result of my feudal videos, I'm very happy to see you. And we're going to play a few games, which I have not decided what they are. So let's do that first. We're going to play Quordle. I think we'll play Diffle and Travle and probably Fibble and Wordle Peaks. How's that sound? That sounds good to me. So let's do that. Before I get started, I just want to remind you that I do have a Patreon. If you want to support me that way, you can join for as little as $1 a month. The URL should be on your screen now, and it is linked in the description below as well. There's some bonus content over there, and it's a really good way to help keep my channel going until I can monetize. Also, you can join us on the Discord. There's a link, an invite link in the description below to the Puzzle Plaza Discord server where you can hang with me and some of your other favorite content creators, including my brother Ranksk, Scott Stroh Solves, Solver Tom, Sven Codes. I don't want to forget anybody. Bremster, Zeta Math, and the Asylum. Did I miss anybody? No. I don't usually try to name everybody because I always miss someone, but I thought I would do that today. Anyway, yeah, so let's play. Quordle, I had 2 of my kids' promotion ceremonies this week, one from 5th to 6th grade and one from 8th to 9th. Kind of crazy, so let's do 6th and 9th for the grades they're going into, and repeating that TH just to double check. Actually, let's do grads, and then we'll do 9th and 6th, just to sabotage myself as much as possible. Well, there's no X. Wow, 6th and 9th are too similar. Also check that S. There's not an S in any of these words. That's just rude. There's no I. So I was thinking R-I-N-G, but it's not I-N-G. It could be U-R-N-G. No, it can't. What are the vowels? I still need O, U, and Y. Oh, it could be wrong. Really? Alright, rung. At least we've checked the vowels. Okay. We haven't checked E. Oh, E is a useful vowel. Let's try that. I really sabotaged myself by those 3 starting words, so I'll blame it on that if I fail. T-R-O... Trope? Let's try it. Oh, okay. Well, at least I found an E. That probably ends in ER. Tamer. Tamer? Nope. Uh-oh. I lost. Unfortunate. In fairness, that was a terrible set of starting words. Alright. Taker? Yeah. Which one do I do? ATE with no other information. TRO. Troll. Yeah. Elate. Okay. Well, that was dumb. I shouldn't have started like that, but that's okay. It was worth a try. All right, let's try Diffle. Maybe that'll go better. Wow, that is very white. They don't have a dark mode. So Diffle, if you're not familiar, you're trying to guess a word, but it could be anything from, I think, 4 or 5, I'm not sure what the minimum is, 5 maybe, to 10 letters long. And I'll show you how the clues work once we get a word on the board. How about promotion, since I just mentioned that word. It has a lot of O's in it. Okay, so what this means is there is a P and an R in the answer word. The P and the R are in that order relative to each other, but they are not connected. So let's try something like, let's try an ER word. How about baker? Okay. There's no P in baker, but that's okay. So now the R being yellow means it goes in the word somewhere, but earlier in the word than one of the green letters. And those 3 green letters are also in the word, but not connected to each other, but they go in that relative order. If that makes sense. How about parked? Ah, okay. So P-A-R-K go together. There's something before it. It doesn't start the word. And then there is an E later on. So what about sparkle? Sparkle. Yeah, sparkle. Nice. So if you can see how that works. So the R was before the K. So it was out of order here. The P and the R are in that relative order. The A, K, and E are in that relative order, but there are letters in between them. So that's how that works. In case you weren't familiar with it, now you are. Awesome. That was pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let's move on to Travle. Travle is a relatively new one for me. The goal here is to get from the pink country to the blue country in as few steps as possible by moving from bordering country to bordering country. So we need to get today from Lebanon to Uganda. And you don't have to do it in order. As long as you get any of the countries along the way, you're good. So from Lebanon, we're going to have to get out of Lebanon, probably via Israel. So let's do that. And then Egypt. And now we need to head south. Uganda borders Ethiopia, right? I don't know if I need Ethiopia. Oh no, that's kind of out of the way. It doesn't border it? I thought it did. Now I'm confused. Ethiopia, you can see by the orange down here that was an out of the way step. I didn't need that one. Sudan. Okay, and now I just need any of the countries that border Uganda and Ethiopia or Sudan. South Sudan should be there. And that does it. I didn't need Ethiopia, but the rest of it was good. And now the stats. This means I got it in one more than the ideal. The perfect would have been Lebanon, Israel, Egypt, Sudan, South Sudan, Uganda. So Ethiopia was out of the way, but otherwise I did well. So I'm happy with that. That's another geography game to add to my collection here. So that's why I like to do it when possible. I'm happy with that. I'm good. All right, let's do Fibble. All right, so in Fibble, we're trying to guess the word a la Wordle, except that in every line, one of the clues is lying about its color. So what I like to do is a similar word to force a contradiction. So I did force one contradiction. Here it says that the word ends in E. Here it says there's no E in the word. What that means is we know that one of these E's is lying, and therefore any other of the letters that has a consistent clue in both words is true, because we know the lie is one of these E's. So we can verify there's no U, the R is third, there is an S, but it's not fourth. That's all we know so far. So let's try... I'm going to try S first. How about stray? Okay, we know this S is the lie because we know there has to be an S, so it would be yellow or green if it were telling the truth. So now we know there's no T. I placed an A, and there's no Y. So the S is probably at the... Well, that's weird. It's probably at the end, I guess. What does that mean? I don't trust my own deductions here, but that has to be right. R-A-S? Oh, no, it could start with S, because that S was a lie. Never mind. Okay, it probably starts with S. Is that anything? How about, I know that E is there, though. Maybe not? Could it be second? I don't see how it could be second. Liras? I'm going to try that to see what happens. Okay. So this R is the lie. There's no I or L. So S is first or second. What am I not seeing? Oh, it's probably... Scram. No. I'm positive that S is right. Oh, I don't know about P. It could be scrap. Yeah, okay. Nice. That was a little bit confusing. I forgot I could do a 3-consonant blend there. I don't know why I didn't realize that at first. All right, let's finish up with Wordle Peaks. All right, so for Wordle Peaks, we are guessing a 5-letter word, but the clues are given as whether the correct letter is earlier or later in the alphabet than the letter that was guessed. So like to try something a little bit central. I want to, for some reason, do mouse. It's not great, but it just popped into my head, so we'll do it. Okay, so the first letter has to be earlier in the alphabet than M, M being the center letter. Well, it's the 13th of 26 letters, so it's usually a good one. Let's try G, R. Right, so later in the alphabet than O, then earlier in the alphabet than U, which isn't terribly surprising. Let's try O. Earlier than S. Do O again, and then M to finish it off. How'd we do? Okay. Still earlier. How about C? Actually, I wonder if it starts with a vowel. That could be like, let's try D-U. These aren't being narrowed down very much. Maybe it ends in ER. So I usually do these pretty quickly. I'm having a little trouble. Booger. I don't think this is if it ends in ER, I'm not coming at it in the right direction here. What am I doing? Why am I having so much trouble with this? Maybe it's not ER. What about something like that? Could even be N. Event? Well, I didn't expect the V to be the correct letter. Okay. So it must start with A. Avian. Yeah. Okay. That was a strange solve. That took me longer than usual, but it's a very odd word, especially for Wordle Peaks, because it has some very extreme letters in it. That's funny. All right. Well, I got it. That'll do it for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next week for more weekly daily word games. Bye for now.